Pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns, turkeys and ornaments. You are now tuned into the Disney Holic Show.
Hello and welcome to the Disney Holic Show. That's Jen Diz.
And that's MYKE TV.
Halloween may be gone from the calendar, but not from our hearts. Today we're reliving all the tricks, treats, and eerie adventures of spooky season and looking ahead to what's next as we transition from pumpkins to peppermint.
Woo! All right. I know we said it's going to be all about Halloween, but guess what? We have a birthday in the house.
What? Wait, what's happening?
What?
This is truly a surprise.
Happy early birthday by one day,
This is
MYKE
true.
TV.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
Yay.
very much.
So I know
Gracias.
how much you love ChatGPT. So I went straight there to Vicky herself to write you a poem that unites birthday cheer and friendship. Are you ready?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
All right. If it's bad, don't blame me. It's Vicky's fault. Okay. 30 years of laughter and light, of inside jokes and late Disney nights. From park gates to closing announcements chime, to podcast mics and perfect rhyme. We've chased parades down Main Street's glow, shared churros, secrets, dreams that grow, haunted mansions, castle views of friendship built on Disney hues. From Disneyland to Disney World skies, you followed your heart where the magic lies. Now Florida sun and fireworks bloom, where Mariah sings and joy fills the room. You've cracked escape codes, solved each clue, turned every puzzle into something new. Controller in hand, your gamer heart finds stories where the pixels start. We've built a world where dreams take flight through microphones deep in the night. The Disney Holic Show, our pride and spark of friendship glowing after dark. 30 years, can you believe? Of laughter we spun, of hearts on our sleeve. Through every laugh, each cheer, each tear, I'm grateful we've journeyed year after year. So here's to you, my co host, my friend, the one who'll be there till the very end. Through every kingdom and every land, you hold the map right in your hand. So cue the fireworks, sing with glee, a day of joy for all to see. Happy birthday, Mike! It's plain to see the world shines brighter with MYKE TV.
Oh my goodness.
Happy
Thank
birthday!
you. Oh, I love that poem. Thank you to you and Vicky. I love the poem for so many reasons. One, it kept talking about like after dark and night things that we like to do at
Yes.
nighttime. It also hopefully made our guests think that I turned 30, even though I know you meant 30 years of friendship. I like the sound of me turning 30 this year. That's great. That's wonderful. And then I also like the mention of wait, what's that sound? Do you hear a sound?
But
Oh, that's the sound of Mariah Carey thawing, which happens every time as soon as Halloween ends. She starts thawing and she comes out for Christmas because she's also a Halloween girly. And here we are, also crossing over from Halloween to Christmas. I love it so much. Thank you for the
I
birthday
just realized
poem.
that you might be a little more excited to get rid of Halloween because it's birthday time for you.
It's all kind of I really relate to our good friend Jack Skellington because
Hmm.
I feel like my birthday is definitely just a mishmash of the end of the year holidays. Like they're always like I'm usually planning travel before or after or trying to figure out if I'm gonna double up on something or just skip it and just celebrate everything at once. And then Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah, it's a strong Q4 here for MYKE TV.
Well, you are going on a very nice trip for your birthday, right?
Yes, I will be going to the land in which I was birthed, the
Conceived.
conceived and born. on the beautiful Isles of Hawaii. And yeah, I'll be going back there. I'm going to Maui this time. I'm excited.
Very nice, very nice. Well, happy birthday to you.
Gracias.
And now I'm going to pull it back selfishly to Halloween. All right. So, since we were
It's a
gone for a
mashup. It's
while,
a mashup. It's okay.
that's right. I feel like there was so many things that we did while we were gone that I had promised the Disney Holic show that I would talk about. So I wanted to come back and talk about it. Now there was so many that I'm going to fly through some of these. Um, but I made a little list here and like writing it all out. I know I've missed stuff, but there's so much that I did during Halloween while also like maintaining a full-time job and like traveling and all this other stuff too. So it was a busy, busy time, probably the busiest I've maybe ever been. But first off, I want to talk about Delusion because it was one of the first things I did to kick off the season. Delusion was the immersive theater company in Los Angeles that I've gone to before and was like one of the coolest things I've ever done in my entire life. One of the scariest things I've ever done. And then this year I went and it did not hold up. I'm so
Boo.
bummed out.
Ooh, that's
I
not a good
talked it
way to
up
kick it
so
off.
hard on the podcast to all my friends, coworkers, all sorts of stuff, and it did not hold up this year. I don't know what's going on. I will still give them hope because it was literally like absolutely 100% one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. So like, maybe it just didn't work this year for the space they were in or whatever it was, but it was short. It was over $100 a person. It was only like 30 minutes long. There was no open world concept, which was like a whole half of the show that I loved.
Uh,
Um, so not excited about my experience this year, but
Off the board. Delusion, you're off the board this for this Halloween season only.
yeah, you did not meet the mark that you have set for yourself. So, and even in their advertisements, they advertise all this stuff to do in the open world. There's all these characters you can interact with. None of them were there, not a single one of them. One
Weird.
of my coworkers just went this last week. I asked her, none of them were there for hers either. So I thought
It
maybe I went
sounds
too
like
early in the season.
that Willy Wonka bait and switch that was viral
Yeah.
earlier in the year or last
Okay,
year or
it was
something.
better than that, but
Or people expected something and then they came and oh, where's the
yeah.
thing? Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, you can't, especially because they like literally hand you things to expect in the email that like is that like reminder how to like park here and where to go and all that like how to guide. They literally tell you in there, make sure you give yourself 1 to 2 hours to experience the full open world concept. I will tell you what the open world concept was. It was a bar. That's it. Just a bar.
Interesting.
No, not nobody else. Like not a single person. The only character we interacted with that wasn't part of the actual show was a magician, which is really cool. But he was positioned in a place where after you get your group gets called to go into the actual experience, then you get so it's like in a private area and you're only with him for like 5 minutes. And that's it. So it's like, what the heck? So, anyways, totally bummed out that it is not holding up. I heard last year's wasn't as good as the year before either. So maybe they're just starting to slow down, which sucks. But it is what it is. But you know what? We went up to the Bay Area to go check out the Winchester Mystery House. Poor Samson, I drug him around to all of these things with me too.
You drug him just to
Drug him,
go. You drugged him.
drugged him. I dragged him. What's the word for that?
I don't
Dragged
know,
him?
but it sounded like you
Dragged?
had to slip him a Mickey to go to this Winchester mystery house.
I dragged him with me to Delusion. He was not impressed either. Winchester, though, was good. We had a lot of fun at Winchester. This was the same company that does Delusion, which is why I went. So another reason I went all the way up to the Bay Area for this. But Winchester came through. It was very cool. There was a whole lot to do. It was beautiful. Like the whole they like made this great combination of going into the actual Winchester house and then coming out into an area that you didn't even really realize is not real. And it's like built
Mm.
out for them because they can't really do too much in a historic place, right? You can't like nail shit to the walls or like create crazy experiences in a building that's like so historic. You have to like leave it as is pretty much. So they had this whole other way of creating some very unique spaces that you didn't even realize you were going in and out of. So I thought that was really well done. There's even some like underground basement tours, like unfinished basement that they just let you roam, free roam.
Mm.
And like, because if you've been to the Winchester, it's pretty much a straight path you walk the whole time. Like it's very guided, and even without a guide right there with you, it's just you have one way to go. Here was like multiple paths you could just kind of wander around. It was pitch black. They give you a flashlight. So just like
Ooh.
it was cool. And they had like scare actors down in there messing with you. So very fun. And they had a really cool seance room that you could do a whole separate experience in that had a whole bunch of special effects. It was Houdini themed. So love that. It's very cool. Um, Another thing we did was two Halloween Horror Nights. We did one over here at Universal Hollywood, and we joined you to go over to Universal Hollywood Horror Nights, Florida, in
Ha
Orlando.
Halloween Horror Nights.
Halloween Horror Nights.
Hollywood
Yes.
Horror Nights.
What did I say? Halloween Horror Nights?
Hollywood Horror Nights.
Hollywood.
But
Halloween
that's
Horror
what it is
Nights.
when you go to both sides. It's very
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah.
How Universal Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights. Oh my God. And then Universal Orlando Resort Halloween Horror Nights. I can barely say it. Sally sells seashells.
um So getting to go in Universal and or in Florida and in California, it was pretty cool to get to see all the different houses because they have some overlapping, but a lot of different houses too, which I love that. And that's the same thing I always think about Galaxy's Edge. I wish they had like another planet to visit at the other park, you know. So they kind of do a little bit of both with the Halloween Horror Nights at both of the Universal parks. But that was super fun. We had Nicole with us, and then Joey and Nick joined us as well. So shout out to all of them for coming with us to enjoy the scares. What was your highlight from Halloween Horror Nights with
Uh,
us?
I would say my highlight of that night was a very small part that is making me want to go back, which is the little dance club rave that we got to walk through a couple times with the
Oh, yeah.
they got like the go-go dancers on on the boxes, but it's all kind of spooky at the same time, and there's a real live DJ. Um, I thought that was weird and random and fun and cute, and I've been seeing more videos of it. It's in my algorithm now, and people go there and they dance, and I wish we danced more. And Art the Clown even goes up there and messes around with the DJ and like kills him mid, kills him or her, but in the video I saw it was a guy. So yeah, that was kind of cool. And it wasn't even a hunt. I guess that's like street, what do they call it? Scare
Scare
zones, part of a
zones.
scare zone. Yeah, very
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah, they've ramped up, at least from what I remember, they've ramped up their scare zones too. Like they have little mini shows they do and stuff now, like that cat
Yeah.
lady one.
The cat lady, yeah, she had her own little stage that they made us
Yeah,
stand back because the show was going to start. Even the roller skaters that they added this year to Mel's Die-In, so they actually now made a streetmosphere around the diner instead of just having it open for burgers. It had a storyline. Love that.
right. And I'm going to give a huge shout out to Joey because what we didn't realize when inviting Joey was that he is also a tour guide, unofficial, but for us, a tour guide of the history and details of Halloween Horror Nights, which is so cool. He knew all this, like all these Easter eggs he could point out for us.
Hmm.
Um, one of my favorite things that he told me throughout the night, it was actually about the cat lady thing. And turns out that in one of their previous haunts, they had like these posters on the wall of like, I think it was supposed to be movies, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was like a
Like these,
spooky cinema horror
yeah, like
thing.
these fake movies that they made. And they got popular just from this poster on the wall in this haunt to where they made a whole new like creation out of it. A couple of different haunts came from that. I'm
So
like, that
cool.
is so cool. I love those like organic,
Hatchets and
like,
chains.
yeah.
This one, I loved being able to get those stories before going into each hunt. He
Yes.
told
Yep.
us
It was like
stories.
we wanted to do the RIP tour
Yeah.
guide and we did it without
Yep.
realizing.
That's true.
And we won back the money. Thank you very much.
This
We
is
should tip
why
Joey.
it's fun to hang out with any type of fandom of anything, because he is a universal Halloween Horror Nightsaholic.
Right. That is very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Grab a friend like that when you guys go because it is
Yeah.
extra fun that way. Um, And then moving away from Halloween Horror Nights, I also went to Not Scary Farm. Yeah, Not Scary
Not
Farm
Scary Farm.
over at Knott's Berry Farm here in Southern California. I was so impressed with this. I really want you to come out next year and go with me because
This is the OG to me. Like as a
it
kid,
is, yeah.
it was like the first time there was a big theme park thing. And I remember even as a kid being so good. And there's times where I still compare Horror Nights to not because I wish the rides had things on it. More of the rides had scares or jump scares, and
Oh,
Knott's
right.
does they deliver, and they have been delivering, and they have the same OSHA restrictions as other places in California, at least. And I love the way they scare you at Knott's, and that's the first time I remember seeing people run at you with knee pads. I don't know if they still do that, and it's like
Yeah.
so loud and freaking scary. Yeah, yeah, Not Scary Farm is where it's at.
Now, I will have to say that their rides, like just the rides there, are also just scary on their own. The freaking Ghost Rider ride, I told you about that.
Yeah.
What the heck? I guess I don't know if I've ever been on it or what, but it's a wooden roller coaster. And I've been on many wooden roller coasters before, and they're big and they're fun and exciting, but they're not like I don't even know how to explain it. It was crazy. We thought we were going to die the whole time. We lost two pairs of glasses and a cell phone. We found them. Luckily, they're just in the bottom of our car. But like, what the heck? That ride was so aggressive. I was not ready for it at all, but it was so fun.
And it's
Um,
long.
it was very long. And
It's
I don't know if
long.
are the lights always off at nighttime or is that part of the
Good question.
Not
I'm not
Scary
sure.
Farm?
It's been so long. But I
Yeah.
love how it goes like up and over everything in the front of that park, like in that area.
Yep.
Just wow.
It
Yeah, but it's
was
a good ride. It's not even
wild.
new, right? At this point.
No.
It's be like 20 years old. But it is, yeah. It goes good with Not Scary Farm Night.
I thought it was gonna feel like a classic wooden roller coaster ride, like the Big
Ooh,
Dipper or the
this
Giant
was
Dipper,
one of
whatever it's
the
called.
first they were calling it Twisted Wooden, and where they are able to bank and go steeper than traditional classic roller coasters. The
Yeah.
one we had in the Bay Area, I think was called Roar at Six Flags Marine World, whatever that place is called in Vallejo. And I remember riding that and thinking, what are they doing? Like, this is not a wooden roller coaster. Like, I'm gonna die and fall out.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening? Yeah. It
Yeah,
was a
the
whole new era.
seats, they made you lock up all your stuff first. Like you couldn't bring bags, similar to like what Universal rides do a lot. And and then the actual seat things are just like really intense for what it is. And there's like a double there's like a seat what's it called? The thing that comes out like a lap bar, like a really intense lap bar. And then there's also like a seat belt thing that goes on you. So I'm like, what the heck is just a wooden roller coaster? Usually it's just like a light bar over the two of you, like Big Thunder Mountain or something.
Ghost
But no, this
riders
was
through the
wild. We were just
night.
screaming and laughing the whole time. It was so fun. We even went on a couple of the more basic rides later, like the Scrambler, like that type of ride. And even that was aggressive. We're like, are we just like you know, forgetting how aggressive these rides are? Are they like ramped up tonight? Because it was like crazy. It was so fun. But going back to the haunts, so Knott's does not have as much of the IP that Universal does, right? So you're going to see all the big IP stuff. And if you really like resonate with movies, getting to see that at Universal is very cool. However, the the creativity that goes behind the original haunts at Knott's is insane. It's like just done so well that I would put it at the same level as Universal, just without familiar characters. That's it. But the haunts also are super long. Like they're just you're in it forever, and they actually kind of spread you out. Universal's got the conga line, right? Like where
Yeah.
you're just kind of back to back with people. Knott's I wouldn't say is like fully spread out, but you get space, like a little bit at least. Um, and they're just long, and there's so many scare actors inside the haunts and out. Like every time we're walking on any regular area or open space, there was just like people messing with us constantly. Like it was really good. I was super, super impressed with how that all worked out. We did do the express pass there. It's a lot cheaper than Universal's. Um, and it made every single haunt a walk on. So I would recommend that. Um, I think Universal, you have to. if you want to do, especially if you only want to do one night, you're going to have
Yeah.
to get express. But even then, you're going to wait a little bit here and there. But Knott's is like it turns things into walk on. So, and then you get extra stuff with it, like you get a meal per ticket and all this other random
Well, they got good fried
thing.
chicken at Knott's.
Oh, I don't know if that was included or
Oh,
not. Dang it, I
darn.
forgot
Now
about the restaurant. We should have
hungry.
just done that. Oh my gosh. Another thing I attempted to do was do the haunted car wash. Now, this is something I learned about at the Midsummer Scream Convention. Um, it's really cute. Turns out there's this family who started building a haunted house at their house, right? Like a home haunt. They were doing really well with it after a couple years, and they were super excited. And then COVID hit, right? And so they're like, what can we do that people can still do during COVID? So they created the haunted car wash, which we saw a lot of that. I did like a drag show car wash, like a whole bunch of car washes popped up because that's just something that we can still do. And they come and they mess with you and scare the shit out of you in your car while they're washing your car. So I tried to do that. I bought a ticket. The line was over 2 hours long to get your car
Wow.
washed.
Good
And it
for
was
them, I
yeah, good
guess.
for them. It was all the way down the like main street. I don't even know how the cops were not like flipping out about it. Like, but yeah, good for them. It was very cool. I ended up not doing it because um, I guess I was silly to think that it would be a simple process. They gave you a window of time, so I thought like if my window of time is 9:30 to 10, I'll be done by 10, but that's just the time that you're supposed to show up, I guess, and get
Wow.
in the long ass line. So we did not end up doing it because it was going to take way too long and we wouldn't be able to get any of the other stuff done that I wanted to do that night. So we left.
Wow.
But
So this is good planning for next year is
yes,
to bring some party favors and some Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out in your car and just wait for two
yep.
hours.
And go earlier in the season. I did go
Mm,
like the weekend before Halloween. And it was like a Saturday night. So like
mm.
planning definitely
Busy
has
day.
to come into play for doing this haunted car wash. So if you're interested, they are in a couple locations in Southern California. There's one that happened to land right in Anaheim. So I was excited to just drive down the street, get my car washed by some spooky friends, but did not work out this year, but I will try it next year. Um, the Willows is another experience that I still have yet to do. That is on November 7th. I'm going with Jay Lass. Shout out to Jason. This experience seems so crazy, so I'll probably talk about it later. Um, it's not so much Halloween haunt uh, like you would expect. It's a little different, a little more immersive theater, a little more storyline. So super excited to get involved in that and see how that goes. But I will, of course, talk on it, all about it here on the Disney Holic Show. Um, let's see. Another thing I've been doing the last few years is going to these home haunts. So I went to a ton of them. And one of the great things about being in Southern California now is that there are a lot of Disney fans that love Halloween.
All over.
And so many houses were decked out like the Haunted Mansion because what's a better fit for Halloween decorations than the Haunted Mansion? And I was absolutely thrilled with that. Um, I will have to be sharing. I haven't shared it yet, but I will share some photos and videos, or I shared some during Halloween time, I guess, but I'll share more of our Haunted Mansion and Pirates type Disney Halloween houses that we went and visited. But it's a lot of just home haunts that people have created themselves. Um, One we went through was like a little walkthrough. It was super scary. It was like called the Cryo Lab or something. Not Disney related at all, but super scary. It was actually kind of gave me like escape room vibes. There's no like puzzles, but you walk in and you had an actor in there debriefing you about like you're here for this scientific experiment gone wrong and this and that, and then things all blow up and all this steam starts shooting out and he's getting attacked by an alien and you run through the door. It was just like, okay, this is cool. And then
I'm
on the way out we
curious how
got cotton candy.
these home hunts like don't have waivers, but like escape rooms and theme parks do. And I wonder like what is the line between that? That sounds like a full on show.
Yeah, this one definitely was.
You just
I don't
walk in, it's like
know.
their garage or something.
I think a lot of the waiver protects them more than us also. Like if we break stuff. So like in a home hunt, you're not
Oh,
as likely to break a
interesting.
lot because you're just walking through it versus escape room, you're like hands on the whole time, right? It's a good question though. Should
Yeah.
actually pay attention to a waiver next time I read one and
Yeah,
sign it.
waiver means you're waving away all your safety
Yeah.
things.
And signing off on like paying for everything that you mess up while you're in there. Let's see. So yeah, there was a haunted mansion, a couple haunted mansion houses. A couple of our Disney holics had houses that I went and visited. So shout out
Ooh,
to Amanda and Scott and Billy. Got to see their beautiful houses done up for Halloween. There was one called Pirates of Candy Court. That was super cool. Pirates of the Caribbean themed.
I like that name.
Yeah, it was very cute. And downtown Orange, if anybody lives in Southern California, make sure to visit downtown Orange during Halloween time because it is so cute over there. And so many of the houses get into the spirit of Halloween and they're all decked out. So we just like parked and walked around, Fargo and I, and then took Samson back. So like it was worthwhile to go back again to show somebody else. That's how good it was. It's very, very cool. Then I went to the Anaheim Fall Festival. Now I've talked about this kind of a lot too because I volunteered for it. Now this was the one where I was helping create the floats for the parade with Kevin and Jody. Super cool. I
And
love
this
it.
is your first year living in Anaheim.
Yeah, yep. Getting involved. And then we actually volunteered at the festival itself, day of. But I have to say it was like just so cute. Everything down here has just been so adorable, like for Halloween time. I love it. Um, there's all sorts of little mini games to play and booths giving out like fun Halloween themed things. They had a performer on stage singing a bunch of
Ooh.
Disney hits. He kept singing all the Country Bears songs.
Ooh.
I was like, very like the old
Those
school
are
Country
those are
Bears
now
songs.
forgotten songs. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
now archived.
Samson gave me the eye when I said, "All the guys that turn me on, turn me down."
There
He's
you
like,
go.
"What? That's a Disney song."
Blood on the
Yep, Blood on
Saddle.
Saddle was next up. Yeah, so good. Um, I also there was this little trailer pulled up that said Tiny Cinema on it, and just like the decor of it was very cute. I'm like, "What is that? What is Tiny Cinema?" And turns out that little trailer, like it's usually like the little mini trailers that people hitch onto the back of their car when they're moving or something, you know, those little
Mhm.
ones. And I was like, what is this thing? Turns out it's literally a tiny cinema. There's a movie theater screen in there, red curtains that close and open, four theater seats, red theater seats. And there's a guy hosting a short, and he does live accompaniment in the background, like
Oh, interesting.
musical.
And they just like
He's
pull up to your house if you want to rent that or something.
yeah. So we got to go in and we watched this Alice in Wonderland short from like I think it was 1938. This is old, super weird, cute version of Alice in Wonderland, black and white on the screen, and he's right behind us playing instruments, going
Wow.
along with it. It was one of the coolest things, one of the most unique things ever. Like I love it. I like already have emailed them to see how much it costs to have them come out for like
Such a fun
an
date
event or
night too.
something. Huh?
That sounds like a fun date night.
Yes, it was so cute. I know if I could just hire him to do a whole movie for us. The thing we did was only like 2.5 minutes, but it was very cute. I was super impressed with it. Um, and then also at the Fall Festival, I got to see Charles Phoenix, and he did a show called Halloween Land. Are you familiar with Charles Phoenix?
I'm not.
So Charles Phoenix is a comedian. He's very popular in like the mid-century and tiki world, as well as Disney. A lot of Disney people follow him as well. Um, he, what I've seen him do, and I know he does more than just this, but all the times I've seen him, he does slideshows. And he goes and he finds all these old vintage photos of whatever the topic is, and then he'll just talk through them, and he's hilarious. So he's like a comedian, and he just walks you through all these weird old photos that he finds. And so this time he did Halloween Land, and it was this great combo of like vintage Halloween photos of like weird ass costumes that we used to wear back in the day, right? Like in the 50s and stuff. And then he would mix in a lot of Anaheim tradition stuff too. So like he's been in the Anaheim parade many times over the years, and he shared information about the parade in previous years as well for Halloween. So it was really cool to have them like to see the history of Anaheim as well as part of the show. So that was super fun. I actually had a really awkward moment too with Charles Phoenix. So the we were in line to go to his show, and we are dying of thirst. And I had volunteered that morning, but I was done with my shift. And I remember that we had a volunteer green room with water bottles. So I was like, oh my God, it's in here somewhere. And so I found out where it was, and I burst in through the door, and it's just Charles Phoenix standing in there and nobody else. And I was like, and he's like lightweight celebrity, right? So I like, oh my God, hi. I was just in here. I thought this was the green room for volunteers. He goes, oh, it is. You can come in. He goes, are you volunteering for my show? I was like, no, I volunteered for the festival, but I'm done with my shift. I'm actually going to see your show right now. And then we just like kind of talked for a little bit, and I got a bottle of water, and he's like, grab some snacks too. They have snacks over there. So I was like, and I didn't want snacks, but I grabbed some because I was so awkward. I grabbed some fruit snacks, and he told me that's a great choice. And then I also grabbed a Nature's Valley bar. Is that what they're called? Those hard
Yeah,
ones.
the
And then
messy
he's
ones.
like, he goes, ooh, Nature's Valley. I'm like, everybody hates on these, but if you break them in the bag before you open it, you're fine. He was like, I've never thought of that. So I was like, anyways, it was just super awkward for me, and I just like ran out of there as fast as I could. But it was very cute nonetheless. He's very nice, and accommodating to my running in on his space. So
Hey, it
that
was
was cute.
everybody's green room.
Yeah, I guess so. And then to end the night, we went to the parade that Anaheim does every year that I was so excited about. It is so long. I did not realize it's like I remember seeing that it's from 7 to 9, and what I thought that meant was like, like Paint the Night says it's 45 minutes long, but the actual parade's only like 15 minutes long. It's just it takes that long to do the whole parade
Oh
route.
yeah.
But this parade was likely almost about 2 hours because they include so much stuff. They
Wow.
have these super cool floats that we all made together. But they have other people have created floats too. There was like a Pirates of the Caribbean float. Adventureland Day had their own float in the parade. Um,
Oh.
there's all this like Anaheim and Disney history mixed into the parade. And then they have like all the schools come out, and like they have either like dance class places performing or school bands. Like it was crazy. It was very cool. The whole Center Street Promenade area was just packed full of people, and it was very cool to see um, the whole neighborhood come together. It just cute. It made me really happy to be part of the community here. So
Fun.
very cute. I will be doing things very different next year. I found out that there is a spot where there's an announcer, and that's really cool to hear like what the background is on all the floats, and then they all kind of do their little act out in front of that area there because it's like a big wide intersection.
Oh man, I got excited. I thought you were gonna do it. You were gonna be in the show doing the way you were
Oh
saying.
no.
I was like, wow, okay. I think
I
you
got
should.
a I
I
got
think
an
you should.
invite to drive one of the floats, and I said absolutely
Ooh,
not.
what? Oh my God, that sounds like so much fun.
I would have gotten a shout out too. They were shouting all the drivers. But first year jitters, maybe I'll do it next year. We'll see.
I think you should be the announcer.
No, the
Be the
guy was
announcer.
so good. He
Oh,
was like the perfect announcer. I would not.
fine.
He was very good. They had this one float too that Kevin and Jody created. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it was from, oh my God, I almost had it. Stovali's, I believe it's called. It was an old hotel. I think it's still called Stovali's, but it's got a totally different theme. But it used to be the space themed like hotel right by Disneyland. So that mid-century modern push of all those weird hotel themed hotels. They used to have a bus that looked like an alien that would take you to Disneyland.
Weird. I have never heard of that.
So they recreated it for the parade. So I will definitely have to show that off on our Instagram. But um yeah, it was very cute, and like I now want to go down a rabbit hole, an iceberg of old themed Disneyland adjacent hotels, right? Like I wonder what else was happening. Like what other kind of experiences could you have right on Harbor Boulevard back in the day? Who knows?
I don't know. I kind of want to do a deep dive iceberg now on Knott's. I say not Scary Farm, but just Knott's Berry Farm in general.
Yes,
There's so
please.
much
It's
history
oh my God, it's such a good
there.
story.
And it also inspired Disneyland in a way.
Yep,
So there's so many. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that from earlier in the episode.
let's do it. Let's freaking do it because that is a great story. I love it.
And that's technically right. I forgot. It's not Anaheim. It's Buena Park.
Yeah, Winter
Buena
Park. It's only
Park.
like
Yeah.
15 minutes. I think it was like 13-minute drive from here. I
It's
didn't
right
realize it
there.
was that close.
Wow.
So I might even be interested in doing the like, the like
That whole area
season
has
pass
history.
for the Halloween Horror Night version there. Not Scary Farm
Yeah. Yeah.
next year, yeah. Um, and then of
And
course,
just quick shout out, we still are, just like we announced last week, collecting Patreon topics.
yes, yes. Oh yeah, please. If you have any other theme park that you want to know more about, it doesn't have to be Disney. It could be anything you want, any fandom. Actually, I would love that. Okay, shout out to our Patreon members. Can you please give us other topics that are not Disney related as well? Because I want to hear what else you guys are into. Like it helps
Oh
us get to
yeah.
know you guys
Yeah.
better too. Like
There
what
it
other
is,
fandoms?
the intersectionality of the Disney fandom and other
Yeah,
fandoms. Yeah.
we're not all just into one thing only, right? We have multiple pieces of our personality here that we could talk about. So, and speaking of Disney, I went to Disneyland one last time before Halloween was over because I wanted to I really hadn't gone to Disneyland in like weeks. That was my first time since I moved here where I really didn't go to Disneyland for a while. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't really get to see the Halloween decorations. So I wanted to do one last run through to get to see it all before it flips over November 1st. Although snow is already on the castle.
Wow.
So it's already in
No.
motion. Yeah.
Too soon. Too soon. But like I said last week, we have items on clearance out there already.
Yeah.
And now that Halloween is over, go run to the stores and get them before it all switches over to Christmas.
hmm
And then Valentine's before you know it. But did you go to Disneyland at all on Halloween night? What is it like on Fridays? It's Friday and then it was the
It was
31st.
sold out.
What? I forgot. You have to book the day, not just the party,
Yeah,
right?
I
Oh,
failed that
wow.
one. I
Okay.
failed.
It's all
So,
right. You did plenty of Halloween things all summer
yeah.
and
And
fall.
I had plans Halloween night already anyway. Shout out to Scott and Billy who had me come over. We actually got to hand out um, little treat bags, not even just candy. They go all out for Halloween. They have such a cute house that's all decorated up, and we got to hand out trick or treat bags. And then I drove around
Oh,
and did some other
fun.
Halloween focused things in the evening to, keep in the spirit. But yeah, so it wouldn't have worked out anyway. So it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Just keep telling myself that's all right. Um, but we did talk about last week on the trip to Florida. We did a lot of Halloween focused stuff, and what I actually realized that meant is that every time we hang out now, we do horror themed stuff because myself, and Nicole all love spooky shit. So
Yeah.
like. We always go hard on the scary escape rooms, right? So we did 9 different escape rooms when we were together. I don't think all of them were scary, but a lot of them were.
Hmm.
Um, but I want to share with our listeners what Corn Stalkers Lost in the Maze, MAIZE, was all about. Can you please share with our
Yeah, that
listeners?
and this is it seems like we were one of the first to go experience this. It's a pretty new experience that is created here in the Orlando area. And it's perfect for Halloween and fall, but it seems like they're going to run this year round. So I think you'll be able to still go check it out right now if you want to. But Cornstalkers is basically, wow, it's just a great hybrid of all the haunt arts, the arts and crafts of haunts. So it was part escape room, it was part haunt, it was part scare actor, immersive performance. There were puzzles. There was literally a maze that was part of the experience, like the hay mazes you might have seen outside. They found out somehow how they could recreate it indoors, which means this can be year round, weatherproof, and it even smelled. And I think this was just the hay. I don't know if it was a
I
smellitzer or
love that you
what,
think that's, hey, it was corn stalks. Hello.
but but it smell everything smelt like we're out in the dirt in the earth. Um,
Yeah.
And that's just like the vibes. Like I'm not even saying anything about like the specific things that happened to us. But yeah, that was a really, really cool one. Corn stalkers.
It's now been a couple weeks and I still think I'm pretty hyped off of it still. Like
Yeah.
I still think it might be, if not my number one, it might be my top three. It was just
Ooh.
such
Yeah.
a great experience from the moment we walked into the door. And you guys, this isn't a strip mall, right? This isn't at like some like cool outdoor whatever big ass location. It's in a strip mall. And the way that they were able to convert this space, like just their use of space in general, they fit so much into this strip mall area that you felt like you were literally in a corn maze. Like it was so good, like so well done. The live actor situation was also absolutely insane. I think our live actor played, let me see, one, two, three, at least three characters,
At
right?
least three, yeah.
Um, and it
And
was like,
operating the whole
and up,
experience.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus, like,
Which was probably a really nice highlight was he could tell we are so into all of this that he showed us behind the scenes after we
mm-hmm.
completed the experience, and he went from being so scary, like we were so scared of him. I was screaming when he was either the the haunted scary scarecrow or he was the spooky clown. He was very scary, and then all of a sudden he's just back to customer service and let me show you around the
Yeah,
back of the of this
he's
place.
just gonna
So
go home
cool.
like it's no big deal. I'm like, oh my God, we're still talking about it weeks later.
Oh, you know what? I did ask him. I said, "Do you ever get scared being here by yourself, like in the dark behind all the walls?" And he did say, "Yeah, sometimes he'll like hear noises and he'll get creeped out." So yeah, even the scare actors get scared too, you guys.
Oh yeah, I asked him too because when he gave us a backstage tour, all the lights were on. But I couldn't tell if the area we were in is like encapsulated to where it stays dark, and the area he's in the hallways was lit up, right? So he could like see what he's doing. He's like, "Oh no, it's all like super dark." So he's like sitting there in the dark alone, like it's creepy.
Ooh.
Um, and they had like multiple ways of like switching walls. The rooms would things in the room were they could manipulate it. It was crazy. It was amazing. I am still raving about it to everybody I know. So if you're ever in Orlando and want a spooky fun experience, I would definitely say go do Cornstalkers. Also for anybody that also plays escape rooms, a lot of people are getting kind of annoyed with where escape rooms are going, where it gets too immersive theater and not enough puzzles. I think this one had a perfect half and half of that. Like there were tons of
Yeah.
puzzles. The puzzles were challenging. They made us all work together. Um, some had many different steps. There's all these different media things we used to do the puzzles. Also, it was like high tech and really really cool. Um, and then you also had like full on immersion and interaction with the live actors. So just like kind of all three things that the escape room community has been seeing escape rooms bleeding out into is all kind of put together so great in this one experience. So if you want to try it
Yeah.
all, go see this room. It was
Yeah.
so, so fun. Oh my God. Also, not sponsored. Thank you very much. Just actually that freaking cool. That was the highlight of the trip for me. And we did so much, but it was still that was a highlight. And it happened to be the end of my last night there. So it was like
Ooh, that's right.
we
Good
got back. I
finale.
had like a couple hours of sleep before I had to get up and go to the airport. So it was such a great ending. Um, even it was even a highlight over Nicole lighting herself on fire. You want to tell everybody about that one?
Yeah, so we went
Call
to
Nicole out.
a restaurant and they served us a flaming shot, and you got to be careful with that, you guys, because it spilled and there was fire everywhere, including in her hand.
Yeah, she had like a fireball in her hand, not even knowing. And I'm like, girl, put out your hand. What's going on here? So we found out that our friend has a superpower. So shout out to Nicole for being our fire wielding friend. Um, but yeah, nonetheless, a very solid Halloween season. And thank you guys for listening and letting me just go off about it because it was probably my favorite Halloween season yet. So it was really, really good. Um, well, we're right around the corner, so you have your birthday plans in between all these other things, but we also have Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. Do you have any plans for, do you know what you're
Um,
doing yet?
Not yet. I know for Christmas I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona. So if anyone has any ideas of places I should check out while I'm there visiting family, there's always new things popping up, escape rooms, festivals, things like that. And it's a good time of year because it's not too hot. So I'm probably going
Yes.
to be looking for some fun activities to do while I'm out there.
Very cool. I have no idea what I'm doing yet. We have 2 weeks off of work for Christmas. I'm like, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with that time. I also don't have family down here, so it feels really weird. This is my first time hitting a Halloween season where I just like don't know what to do or where to go. So like, gotta
Or
figure that
Christmas and
out.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's gonna be weird, but figure it out like I always do. Maybe I'll go home for a little bit. Who knows? But anyway.
Well, it's the mashup of holidays, and that is all we have. That is all we have for this episode because we are going to talk about those holidays when they come. But we did talk about all of I guess this is the final wrap up of Halloween because we did have a lot of episodes about it. It's just there was so much.
Yep. And if you're tired of hearing me talk about Halloween like Mike is, go put in a Patreon topic. Woo! Give us
Uh,
reason to switch the gears. There you go. Well, thank you all for listening, and we hope you enjoyed episode 260 of the Disney Holic Show.
Follow us on social media at the Disneyholics.
And if you'd like to get in touch, send us a DM on Instagram or contact us or contact us at thedisneyholics.com.
Okay, bye.
Bye.